This is David Navara from the Czech Republic. A little bit about David. Quite a great player, rated 2706. You want to pause the video and read about David? This is the other player in the match in Czechoslovakia. This is Grandmaster Karl Nakamura, number 3 in the world. Here's a little bit about a Karl if you want to pause the video. My buddy from the United States, Karl Nakamura. Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Game 4 of a 4-game match between my buddy from the United States, Karl Nakamura, and David Navara from the Czech Republic. Karl Nakamura in this game is white, David Navara is black. Karl has 2.5 points out of 3. He won the first 2 games. He drew the 3rd game. Let's see how he does in the 4th game. No matter what happens, he wins the match, but if I know Karl, he wants to win them all. And he goes d4. It's got a really long game, so I'm going to breeze through the opening a little bit. It's a semi-Slav. It's a pretty long game, so I'm just going to get to the heart of the matter here. A3. I've got my Fritz computer, Fritz 13 off screen. It's about 2/3 of a pawn advantage for white. We'll call it even. A6. This kind of looks a little bad, a little cramped. Black's light squared bishop's kind of not doing too well, but we'll have to see how that works out for him. Bishop goes back, b5. There we go. He's going to fee and kettle the bishop. Now, this looks pretty good here on the king side. This bishop's going to come here, and this is going to be bearing down. So we'll see how that goes. A4, b takes, queen takes. Isolating the a-pawn for black, but white's b-pawn is also isolated. Now, Karl hasn't developed his dark-squared bishop yet. Bishop b7, and there we go at a3, his last developed piece. Rook f to c8. Rook a to c1. I have no doubt, this is move 18, I have no doubt these guys are still in theory. Knight to b6. I mean, look at all those pieces on the queen side. This is crazy. It's pretty wild. Look at that. It's like a postage stamp. Queen to b3. Queen goes to e8. And knight to e5. Now, the computer calls for a b5, and that would give a Karl about 1.25 advantage. But he goes knight to e5 instead. I know Karl. I've seen a million of Karl games. He's a fairly aggressive player, and he likes to take chances. Knight to a4. It's kind of a weird position with all the knight maneuvering. Bishop b8, hitting the knight. Knight comes to c4. Now look at these conglomeration of pieces. Look at both the black's bishops, and look how the black rooks aren't connected. And look at the 3 minor pieces on the queen side for white. This is very strange indeed. Bishop c7, knight to a5, rook moves. If instead, if bishop had taken, after pawn takes bishop c6, knight c5, white stands very comfortable there. He's not winning by any means, but very comfortable. After rook to b8, queen to c2, h6. I have no idea what that was for. It's a mystery to me. Bishop takes a5 and bishop e5, the computer's top 2 choices. h6, maybe he felt it was time to leave a little breathing room for his king before it got too late. Knight takes, rook takes, knight c5. Now, I like white's position a lot. I'm not real keen on that bishop on e3, but that's only temporary. That knight on c5 is in a really good place. Rook to b6, e4, kicking the knight. Knight takes, bishop takes. Rook takes, knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes. Okay, let's get through all the trades here. And as the smoke clears, white is up the exchange. Unbelievable. I know David Navara is a very good world-class player. I know the first two games he got caught in some tactics that Carl just demolished him in the end. Carl was a little behind on game 3, and he managed to draw it. And here we are in game 4, and David's down the exchange already. Bishop b6, queen a2. And this is where I think David stumbles. I don't know if it was time pressure. We're on move 31. Queen to a4 and queen to e7 are pretty close. Queen to a4, queen to e7 are the two choices of the computer. David goes knight to e5, question mark. And now the score is almost 3-point advantage for white. If he had got queen to a4 instead, they'd have to rook to a1, queen to e8. I mean, black is still not down the exchange. He's still down 2 points in score, but it would have been a little bit better. After knight to e4, rook to c8. I mean, it's just self-explanatory. Queen can't move. Queen takes, bishop takes. Knight takes. Rook to f1. And there's no good discovered checks. So he goes to h3. Knight goes back. Rook takes. Bishop takes. I mean, you got to be kidding me, right? It's a rook and 2 pawns for a queen. What happened to David? I really don't know. I didn't watch any of the match on the internet. I was busy watching Norway chess today during the afternoon, which I wish Carl was playing in. And I like David Navara. He's an interesting character, and he's a great player. And he's on his home turf. It's got to be tough for him. Of course, we all see why you lose the queen. If you take, then it would have a bishop and 2 pawns against 4 pawns. And who wants to do that? So he went queen to c2 to stop the check. Give you an idea. After it takes, queen, rook, king takes, g6. It's a tiny advantage for white, less than the pawn. I wouldn't want to play that out like that. After queen to c2, bishop d4, g3. Pick the right colored square for your escape square, a light colored square, different color square than the bishop. g6, queen to c7. This is going to go on for a while here, folks, so we're going to go through a little quick. e5. His only hope is to push those pawns. h4, h5, bishop, rook. And the tough part is, for white, even though he's way ahead, you can't trade bishops because they're on opposite color squares, so you're going to have to play this out. Bishop, rook f2, bishop, king, queen e7, rook e2, and slowly Carl improves his position. Rook f2, king h3, rook. I think it's somehow, some way, I think David's trying to create a fortress. Rook e6 is up to Carl to break it down. Queen to b7, rook b6, queen to d7, rook f6, bishop d5. Got to use his only other piece. A knight and a queen are a lot more coordinated together than a queen and a bishop, but you got to play with what you got. Rook to f5, queen b7, rook. I'm trying to figure out what the plan is for white here. Queen, he's just looking for an opening. Queen, rook b3, queen, rook, queen, rook. g4. Carl finally breaks it open. H takes. Queen takes. It's slowly increasing in score for white. It's almost 3.5 point advantage now. Bishop e3. h5. Bishop. Queen to g1 hitting the rook, forcing the rook to move. H takes. f5. Queen a7 check. King takes. Now a great move by white. Great move. Bishop e2. Great move. We all see why he can't take. If rook takes, queen comes here, check. And he loses the rook. Rook b3, check. King, rook, king, bishop. Queen a6, check. King, bishop, bishop d4. So you get the bishop and the pawn guarding each other. e8, rook f3. Rook to f3, king, rook, queen to g6, check, king, bishop, and slowly the noose is tightened. It's over a 5¼ point advantage for white. Finally, the queen and the bishop are coordinated. Rook to h2, check, king, check, king, check, king, check. What else could he do? King to c4, rook checks, king to d3. Finally got in a spot where the can't get checked. Well, he can. c3, d2. Now the check stop. Rook. And see if you can find the winning move. Obviously, Navara missed this. I don't know if he was in time trouble or not. But it's an actual mate on the board of this high caliber players. It's unusual. Queen takes mate. I think David just wanted it over. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose. So Carl wins game 4, which gives him 3.5 points out of 4. And if you play David Navara 4 times, and he doesn't win one of them, that's very unusual. He's a world-class player. He's in the top 50 in the world. And he's the best Czech Republic player. And so that ends, unfortunately for David, a very bad match and a very good one for Carl. He's probably watching closely the games from the Norway chess, but he was here instead at this match. I'm sure he had a commitment prior to Norway chess states. I'm not sure how that worked out. But anyway, folks, that's the 4th and last game of the match between Carl Nakamura from the United States and David Navara from the Czech Republic. I hope you enjoyed them all. Carl's my buddy, always has been for a long time since he was a young boy. And he was trying to break in the world elite, I remember, and he finally got through. As a personal note for me, this is only my opinion only. Well, not only my opinion, but at least my opinion on this video. I think Carl, the next year, 2 years, has a good shot of playing for the World Championship. Now, all of you, they're going to say, oh, yeah, come on. I didn't say he could win. It depends who the world champion is then. It could actually change. Who knows? But I think Carl has the skills to be a challenger. He's got backbone. He'll take chances. He'll push the envelope. Sometimes it backfires on him. But he's an exciting player to watch. If you ever watch while he's playing and things aren't going so wrong, he's very visual in his feelings. He takes it very personally. In the game that he played in Zurich, where he had Magnus Carlsen, the game was over, and one little subtle move he missed, and he went from winning to a draw to a loss. He has the skills to beat Magnus. He can hold his own against anybody in the world. And I think once he gets in the qualification cycle, whatever nonsense FIDE is pulling, hopefully Gary Kasparov will be the new FIDE president. They can have a real playoff schedule, unlike the nonsense they have now. Anyway, that's my rant. And that's the last game of the Nakamura-Navara match in Czech Republic. I want you all to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
It certainly is a big bun.
It's a very big bun.
Big, fluffy bun.
It's a very big, fluffy bun.
Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.